the name of the event. I just been calling it Ozark. We're out here at Ozark Raceway Park in Rogersville, Missouri, which is less than 3 hours south of the house. So another pretty close one for us.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, it is wet.
Yeah.
We were supposed to make our test pass at 7, and I believe right now it's like 8:30, and the sun is nearly set, which is quite unfortunate because about an hour ago we got about half an inch of rain, pop up thunderstorm out of nowhere, and they got my kind of music playing in the pits, but it is far too loud to try to do a video up there. So we are hitting a bump. We are down here at the back of the track. That's their tractor. They just put ginormous smooth tires on to help with keeping the track even nicer than it already was. Yeah, it's wet, babe. So they're doing everything they can right now to get us good and dry and safe. So tonight we are going to be racing on radials, on radial prep. The track temp was pretty hot. It was like 152, 155 degrees. And now it's probably a nice cool like 80. So that rain came in kind of soft to begin with and then got real heavy and then ended soft. So it cooled the surface down, quenched it pretty good, soaked it, and then left us with a drizzle. So I have seen them run cars up and down this track to get it dry before. I have faith they're going to get it dry. So there's no other pop-up storms in the forecast. That one wasn't even in the forecast technically.
I was gonna say, it doesn't matter if it's in the forecast or not.
I gotta say, I think I've been rained out more at Ozark than I have any other facility.
But we're not saying we're gonna get rained out.
I don't think we're rained out. I think we're just cool. I think the track is now cooled and it'll be glued and drug and then glued and then ready to go. So, oh.
It's gonna be past my bedtime.
Yeah. I mean, I'm ready to do this race. That's one of our moral conundrums right now is this race is close enough to home. We haven't booked a hotel, but I don't see how we're going to be done before 2 a.m. And tractor's going by. And we got Megan's mom, who's graciously watching the kiddos at home, so we could shoot down here and do this. They will all be up around the time sun comes up at like 7. So if we don't get somewhere to stay tonight and we drive home, we're only gonna get like an hour and a half in the bed before the kids are out bouncing around. So we gotta make that decision. Goodness me. Well, it was blistering, nasty hot.
Now I'm like humid and sticky, but when we were driving by the trees, nice. Oh, it was really pretty. Really nice.
So we've got a different bar angle in the car from last weekend. Other than that, the car's pretty much the same. And goal with the new bar angle is to hopefully try to provide less front lift so that we could try to remove weight on the front. But we're going to, I think we're going to play it safe on this one. So if you get on the Firebird page on Facebook, I actually put up a picture of my drive shaft plot on there and how we were up against it the whole run in the finals last weekend. We were up against the crankshaft plot the whole run and the drive shaft. So if you saw the flames and everything else, that's what it was. It was just cutting power because we were trying to out accelerate the curves, which was still a pretty fast pass. There's another thing driving by. We'll back up. Don't want to get hit in the face with a rock. Alright. So, theory says if we just kick those lines up just a little bit, we'll give ourselves room to accelerate more without hopefully losing the tire. And since this track they were trying to put down a lot more prep than Flying H. Fox Hunt is all about not radial prep. It's about really great slick prep. So there's not buckets and buckets of glue on it like you would see it like Lights Out or any other like super radial event. So to do what we did there is fantastic. But you know, radial's got a lot of advantages, and we just leveraged those advantages with the fact that the car is set up to go down really crappy surfaces. So we're gonna try to go down a less crappy surface tonight, and see if we can't go a couple clicks faster. How do you feel about that, babe?
Just here, along for the ride.
You look like you're getting tired. You need a Red Bull.
Yeah, it's getting to that point.
Megan is Red Bull due.
It's 8:20. All I have are hot dogs. I think that's
they had the brats and burgers out.
I don't. Nope, I'm over it.
Okay. So
I could do Uber Eats or a pizza.
No way. Kind of.
Not really. Don't yawn.
You can try pizza. Well, instead of boring you with our food selection here at the track, we are going to go back to the pit and attempt to get ready and listen for any announcements that have to do with what we're going to do for this evening. So,
well, we'll be able to hear them.
Right now, the shutdown is extremely still wet looking.
Moist.
The return road, which hasn't been touched, has a dry line down the whole thing. But the shutdown on the track over here is sheening across all.
Those clouds look like they could be filled with something. I'm just saying, look.
Anyways.
It looks a little thick.
At least we're not like 9 to 12 hours away.
Yeah.
You hear that broom? Sounds awfully moist. All right, well, we're gonna get back up to the pit. Hopefully we're doing an interview in the car here in like the next hour or so. Ready to rock and roll. Okay, it is 10:15 at night. And we are now summoned to the lanes. And we were trying to back out of our pit for the first time tonight with moist pavement. And you can hear the golf cart does not like it when I turn the wheel tight, so Eric keeps having me readjust. So I think we're doing a good job. Okay. Oh god, it's darkening now, sorry. Okay, so right now the music's off, so I can do this. Yeah, we're pushing up. We're gonna make our first pass. Alright, sorry about that. I'll make this really quick. So I think we have a good plan of what we're going to do for our test pass. We got it in the car. We're going to send it down. If it works, great. If not, we're going to tear the rear suspension apart and readjust some stuff and go again for first round. let's see if our street car got a new PB. Oh, hell yeah, there it is. It's at the bottom. Hey, Eric, we reset all of our PBs except for mile per hour. Because I lifted early. Yeah.
Good reaction. 165.02 miles an hour.
Hell yeah. Okay, so this is the first pair of Main Street. And they're running on a 5 flat index tonight.
The announcer said.
No, 5:30 last night. They stepped it up to a 5 flat tonight.
That looked fast. And all your competitors, crew members were up there watching and gawking, all said.
Look at it. It's on the pocket. I looked at so early the shoes didn't come out.
Wes's kid stopped me and was like, hey, his shoes didn't come out. I said, well, he probably either didn't hit the mile per hour, or he forgot to turn it on, or he's just a dipshit. And I quote,
1982 says here 323 cubic inches. Sponsored by Sho-Me Speed, Baron Racing, and Peter Von Timmy. Carol Bennett on the other side of the pickup.
that's very exciting. How do you feel?
That felt easy.
You're happy.
Yeah.
Not just real sure what all is in it. Sounds good, runs good.
I am pumped. All right, we're bouncing up for eliminations first round. They gave everybody a second test pass. We didn't take it. And we're now in first round eliminations. It's 1 a.m. and we have Russell Foreman. So Russell's won a lot of these races. He does really, really good in tied the 10.5 series on 275. So we got our work cut out for us. So we made some small adjustments. I'll have to look at the log. I don't know if it wheelied or spun, but that felt pretty fucking good. So Russell here is no stranger to racing here, and he is tough competition. That's what I was trying to say up there earlier before the music got me. So I knew we couldn't mess up on this run, and there for a split second he got out in front of me when we had to recover from an issue. So luckily it looks like we pulled back around him. All right, we're gonna get turned around and get on the round 2. All right, got our time slip, and it was a new 8th mile PB and slightly better 330, a little slower 60 foot though. So not really great on the front half, but the back half picked up, and that's where I put some real power in it. The front half, it just wheelied 3 times. So the first one was pretty big, killed a lot of power, killed a lot of momentum. Second one wasn't quite as bad, only killed a little bit of power. And the third one was pretty unnoticeable. I tried making some more adjustments to the transmission side. Right now, we're really kind of flashing the converter almost too hard in between the shifts. Actually, I don't even know what to say. We're getting a lot of freaking power in its hook. And I'm trying to get it timed to where I get the lockup in 2nd gear, but it might try to wheelie every time doing this. So we put some more weight on the front. And we've already got the instant center moved to the point where it shouldn't wheelie, but it's been kind of tough. And we got some more music. All right, so we're gonna go to the meeting. fast. I think I changed too much in the tune, or the track wasn't there. I don't know. Burnout was bad, run was bad, but luckily I didn't give up, so I ended up getting the win. On to the next round. Alright, it's like 4 in the morning. We're heading up for the finals. That last run, I mean, I added some more power. I think some weight changes we did on the car really pissed it off. So we reverted the car back to our Q3, or qualifying run this morning. Or from, not this morning, from earlier. So, hopefully this is enough to get it done. That's pretty cool. So we're shooting up here to get the finals done, and it's pretty late, about 4 a.m. and hopefully it's enough to get it done with this reverted back tune. So dialed it back, changed our weighting around. I really wouldn't mind swinging the bars, but I think it is what it is. See what happens. Alright, not sure if any of this will come out because of the music playing in the background, but unfortunately our opponent in the finals is broken, so we are going to go make our pass solo. reset our PB and all the increments except for mile per hour. Man, I don't know what that run was right there yet. Hopefully that's our best 60 foot to date. So I know that's not going to be our best run overall, just because of the wheelie slash pedal in the middle there and getting out and getting back in it. So, and kind of that momentary thought of, hey, should I really make a hard pass being that it's a caught by? Yeah, let's put on a show for the fans. So, all right, well, that wraps it up for this race at Ozark, NT 275, 10,000 to win. And I am your winner. So, thank you guys for watching. This will be our last radial race for quite a while. I don't know if we have another one even on the schedule. So we'll be putting on our slicks and getting after it at Mike Frank's Memorial Race, King of the 28s next. That's what's coming up now. We're coming up next weekend. So, all right, over now. That was cold. This is probably fucking freezing. It is cold.